Western Classical Art Tradition, Ancient Era Painting, Quarter 1, Lesson 1. Now, before we start, let us first have our prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for painting our lives with your colorful palette day by day. Thank you for making us learn how to be happy and sad in our own theater space. Help us find the perfect shots in the film of our life stories and mold us to be a better person as your perfect creations. Amen. Now let us have our pre-assessment. What I want you to do is to match the elements of arts and principles of design in column A to its corresponding definition in column B. Write your answer in a piece of paper. I'll be giving you 1 minute to do the task. Now, let us check your answers. For number 1, emphasis, letter E, used to make a certain part of an artwork stand out. Number 2, line, letter A moving point to point. Number 3, unity. Letter C, visually pleasing agreement among the elements of in a design. Number 4, shape, letter B, a flat and closed art that has 2 dimensions. Number 5, letter F, pattern, is the repetition of specific visual elements. And for number 6, value, we have letter D, degrees of lightness and darkness. Emphasis is under the principles of design. Line is under the element of art. Unity, principle, shape, element. Pattern is under the principles of design, and for the value, it is under the elements of arts. Okay, now let's proceed. Ancient era is divided into 2 periods. We have the prehistoric and Egyptian era. Let us first discuss about the prehistoric paintings. Prehistoric includes all human existence before the emergence of writing. Their art is of interest not only to the art historians, but also to the archaeologists and anthropologists, for whom the art is only one clue along with the fossils, pollens, and other finds to an understanding of the early human life and culture. Prehistoric paintings were found inside the caves that serves as a communication or religious or the ceremonial purposes. Prehistoric drawing of animals were usually correct in proportion. An example of this is a painting found inside the cave of Laksu during the Stone Age. Another era under the ancient era is the Egyptian era. The purpose of Egyptian paintings is to make the deceased afterlife place pleasant. It emphasizes the importance of life after death and the preservation of knowledge of the past. An example of this is a cartouche of Tutankhamun and the mummification of ancient Egypt. Most of the paintings were highly stylized, symbolic, and show profile view of an animal or a person. The main colors used were red, black, blue, gold, green, derived from mineral pigments that can withstand strong sunlight without fading. Another example of Egyptian painting is the paintings from sarcophagus of Tutankhamun dated 1362 AD to 1253 BC. Hieroglyphics is an Egyptian system of writing. They use symbols for them to communicate.
For our first activity, picture analysis. What I want you to do is to analyze the pictures below and list down the different elements and principles of arts which are visible in the painting under the Egyptian and prehistoric era. I want you to choose your answers below. I'll be giving you 1 minute to do the task.
Now check your answers. For the Egyptian painting, the elements that are visible are lines, shapes, colors, value, and space. For the principles of design, we have the pattern, balance, unity, rhythm, emphasis, and contrast. Under the prehistoric painting, the elements that are visible are lines, shapes, colors, value, textures, and space. Now, under the principles of design, we have the balance, movement, unity, rhythm, emphasis, and contrast. For our second activity, let's recall. In a short bond paper, enumerate the purpose and distinct characteristic of the paintings in the following era. I want you to complete the table below. And reminder that all of the activities will be placed in your art portfolio.
For our evaluation, answer the following by writing prehistoric if it describes a painting during this time, and Egyptian if it describes a painting in this era. I'll be giving you 2 minutes to do the task.
Now let us check your answers. For number 1, paintings made the deceased afterlife place pleasant is under the Egyptian. Number 2, paintings were used as a way of communication is under prehistoric. Number 3, paintings were highly stylized, symbolic, and show profile view of an animal or person, Egyptian. Number 4, it emphasized the importance of life after death is under the Egyptian era. And for number 5, it is understanding of early human life and culture is under the prehistoric. This is Aubrey and C. Patdu, Master Teacher 1 of LPG Carina High School from the Schools Division Office, Manila. Have a wonderful day! Okay, time's up.